Hey y'all, what's going on? Happy freaking Monday. I hope everybody had an amazing weekend. But I'll go ahead and introduce myself to Raleigh Marie. If you guys don't know me, I was pretty big on fitness on social media and then I stopped. Decided I needed to get my life together. So I hadn't been consistent on social media in honestly months. But you know, sometimes you have to do what you gotta do to get yourself together, right? So that's like kind of like the area that I've been on, and I finally have been posting and talking to you guys just about things about life and my life, what I've been going through, my relationship with God, and so it's been super exciting. Thank you for everybody that has been listening and staying tuned. But I'm super excited to do this. Honestly, I've just been wanting to create a community of women, men even, just about growing in this weird world that we live in right now and learning how to embrace God and embrace this life with the weird things that it throws at you. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna get into it. We're just gonna get into it. We're gonna do a little update. We're gonna do a little update of my life, where I'm at, what we're doing. It is Sunday right now. I'm coming to you guys the next day. So for you guys who have not tuned in, I am a nurse. I was travel nursing for a while and then stopped because I wanted to do social media. Did a travel nursing contract last year for 3 months, like a 13-week contract. And then now I'm staff nursing. So the reason though that I went from travel nursing to staff is, one, I was really wanting to get into social media, and so that's why I had stopped nursing for a while. I stopped for about a year. I really was wanting to get into social media, but through that time, I was honestly going through this weird transition of figuring out who I am. And I feel like that's just a constant journey that I'm always gonna be in, that everybody's always gonna kind of like be in, but I had to get closer to God to really figure out my purpose and what he has for me, to be able to like hear him. And so that's what I've been doing right now. And then like through the midst of just doing social media and being lost, I was like, I have a love for taking care of people. And in my mind, because everybody that I was surrounded with were all entrepreneurs, you know, they all work for themselves, which is great. But I kind of allowed that to push me back from having my normal, what you would call like a normal job, I don't know. And so I prevented that from like still doing nursing. And so I realized, because you have to keep your license, you know, within standing, and so that means you have to practice for a certain amount of hours a year. And I realized, my washer is going right now, so I really hope it's not too loud. But I realized that I still wanted to take care of people, and I still wanted to be a nurse. I love the critical thinking part of it, and it's just something that I've always had fun with, and I feel like I just have a different mindset about nursing and using it in a different way. One thing that helped me have a better mindset about building my own business, but then also still working, you know, full-time like as a nurse, which is only 3 shifts, so it's really not bad if you handle yourself well. Before, when I was nursing, I was drinking a lot and not taking care of my body, and so now I feel like I'm at a different place where I feel more organized, a little more put together to be able to take on a full-time job and then also still minding my business outside of that. What really helped me though have this mindset was, if you guys have never read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I'm gonna put it right here. It's seriously such an amazing book. It's crazy, and it honestly blows my mind, because I think about how, I'm a 94 baby, I think about how whenever I grew up, it was the mindset of get good grades, go to college, get a degree, get a good job with stable income, and have a family, right? And so nowadays, I mean, we're in 2024, like y'all know, like it is so different. Like life right now is just, it's crazy. This book really helped me though with like my mindset of money, because that's what I was ingrained with going to college, getting a degree, get a good paying job, blah, blah, blah. But what happened, dude, when I graduated from nursing school, so I have 2 bachelor's degrees, I have a bachelor's in health and kinesiology, and I have my bachelor's in nursing. So that was 7 years. I graduated early with my first degree, but that was 7 years of school. And I'm not gonna lie, I have student loan debt that I'm going to be paying off. Now, I'm not gonna freaking bend over backwards for paying that stuff off, because just no. But it's just crazy to me thinking about how we think that we have to do all of these things to go and get a good, like have a good income and stuff. But I literally graduated, y'all, I'm not even freaking kidding you. I was barely making $3,000 a month. $3,000 a month. And you know, I live in Houston. My rent was already $1,500. And it just blows my mind because, and this is just my perspective, but living off of $3,000 a month, and I was busting my butt. You know, so I graduated nursing school in 2020. It was in the midst of COVID, and COVID freaking hit, right? And it was crazy. And I'm literally slaving away while you had travel nurses coming in, and they were making $25K a month, or maybe it was more than that. Sometimes it was even more than that. And it was just blowing my mind. I was like, why am I over here slaving, literally slaving, and feeling so stressed and depressed? It was so stressful. We didn't have safe ratios. Our manager was barely there. I think she had some stuff going on in her own life, which I get, but it's just like, you know, if you're gonna hold a position, you have to be there. And if you can't show up the way that your team needs you to be that leader, you need to step back. That's where I stand with that. But it just made the environment so stressful. It was so stressful. And so that's when I went ahead and went into travel nursing, because I was just like, I went to school for 7 years to make $2,800 to maybe $3,200 a month. No. Like, no. And so I think the mindset of what like my parents and my grandparents had, it just doesn't, it's a different world we live in today, you know? And through the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I really, through that, and then obviously like talking to my boyfriend Jacob, he's really into mindset and money mindset, and he's very aware about like the government and just all this stuff. And so looking at it now from my perspective, my experience that I've been through, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I literally feel like, and I mean, I honestly think it's true, but I really feel like they push us to basically be slaves. That's extreme to say, but I really do feel that way. And it's hard being in my position, because I'm like, oh, if I would have had this knowledge, I wish that I could have applied it to my life differently. Now, obviously, I'm a firm believer everything happens for a reason, so I'm in this position for a reason, to be able to go ahead and preach to other people, and then also to be able to relate all the knowledge that I've gotten and give it to my kids so they can be aware. Because one, I was not financially aware like whatsoever. I'm still learning about finances right now, and I'm 29 years old. So if that's something that you feel like you're lacking on, whether it's budgeting, whether it's learning how to invest, how to handle your money and things like that, I highly recommend doing the work to learn about it. Anything, you know, when you are trying to gain a skill, it takes work, it takes time, and it takes effort. But the fruit that you're gonna get from having that knowledge is chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Because nowadays I feel like a lot of people are just chasing status. And I was one of those. Jacob was one of those. We both feel like we were humbled so much last year, and thank God for doing that for us. But we were like symbol chasers. You know, I had to have the Louis Vuitton. I wanted to have this and stuff like that. And it's honestly, you know, I think about it now, I'm like, that's not even stuff that I really wanted. But a lot of people chase the cars, chase the materialistic things, instead of thinking about building generational wealth. Like, are you gonna go buy a $5,000 purse, but how much do you have in your bank account? And if something were to happen to your job, what do you have that you're gonna fall back on? These are things that you really have to think about. And I feel like with how they've put school, with how they've put jobs and salaries and stuff like that. Like, it literally makes you a slave to your job. And from what I've been learning from like the life that I want to live, which I'm pretty sure like a lot of people would like want to live, is not being a slave to your employer. You want to make sure that you are like minding your business and working on your business. And so that's something that I'm working on, which I'm super, super freaking excited about. And I highly encourage you guys to read this book. Highly encourage you guys to start becoming financially literate, because if you do not have knowledge, you will get swayed easily. If you do not have knowledge, you're going to listen to people and just be like, oh yeah, and listen to the authority figures and stuff like that. Like, you're gonna do that. But if you have knowledge, you're able to go ahead and speak from what is right and not be taken advantage of and things like that. So, but anyway, so then I was travel nursing, and now I am back to staff nursing. And so, but the different mindset that I have with it now is being able to do something that I do love, which is taking care of people and gaining knowledge about the body. And I feel like I'm also just kind of also having awareness for what's going on today. That way, if for some reason like my family has to go in the hospital or anything like that, I have knowledge to go ahead and back that to protect them and stuff. And so now I get to go ahead and do nursing, but I'm also minding my business and working on things that I feel like God has really pushed into my life and set for me. And it makes me super, super, super freaking excited. So through the week, I started my orientation. My orientation has been last week, and then I also have it this week too. And it's literally been like a 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. deal, and Monday through Friday. Y'all, so I don't know how y'all do it, like working 9 to 5, like Monday through Friday. Like, I feel like it's so hard. And there was this girl that posted a video. I don't know if it was on TikTok or whatever. Y'all might know what I'm talking about, but she was crying on the video and was just saying how she graduated and now she's working Monday through Friday 9 to 5, and she was just crying about it, and she was saying how she has no time to do anything, and she just feels like she doesn't have like any time to have a life or anything. And so many people gave her crap. Like, some people tried to rip her apart and put her down and say, welcome to the adult life, like, oh my gosh, you know, like, you're so ignorant or whatever. But honestly, if you think about it, you're working for somebody else Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You are putting money in their pocket. Like, yeah, you're getting paid, but you're getting paid crumbs. Literally getting paid crumbs compared to what you're providing for them, right? And then you get off of work. Let's say you have kids. I don't know how people do this like with kids. I really don't. So props to y'all if you have freaking kids and you work a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Like, props to you. Now, that's not something that me and Jacob are interested in, you know. So that's not the direction that we're going. We're going in an entirely different direction. Entirely different. That's just not going to be something that's for us, which I'm glad for and I'm excited for, because Monday through Friday 9 to 5, I mean, it really is hard to live for yourself if you're working the majority of your life for someone else, right? So yeah, I honestly felt bad that she was dogged that much, but when you have people with different mindsets, you know, that is definitely gonna happen. And honestly, you guys can refute this too or comment about it, like, I want to hear. But I feel like people that they say things like that or like rip people like that apart, it's because you have a closed mind, because you don't see the other opportunities of what life could be like, because you've been so ingrained to, you have to do this type of life to live a stable life, that you don't realize what else is out there. And that's what I call a closed mind. I really feel like it's a closed mind. And my mind has been opened immensely, just being around so many entrepreneurs, and then just being around my boyfriend, getting closer to God, I was just being open to experiences, and then the books that I've been reading to, podcasts. And so I feel like it's really amazing. And, you know, I can only hope that everybody else can be able to have an opportunity to have an open mind like this too. It is really crazy though, because if you think about it, kind of how I use the word slaves. So a lot of stuff that I've been seeing, and I feel really strongly, I love kids so much. I have like a ton of younger siblings, like babies, and I feel very protective of them and just, you know, of the kids in our world too. And so I saw this video about, and I think it's honestly in the Bible too, about how like they'll come for your kids first. And one thing that I saw was how it talked about you're not raising your kids. It said the government is raising your kids. Because you think about it, your kids are in school all day from what, 7:30 until 3 p.m. They come home, they have homework, you guys play for a little bit, eat dinner, get ready for bed, go to sleep. And that is Monday through Friday. And whenever it said that, it really shook me, because I was just like, oh my gosh, you're so right. Like, you're so right. Like, how do you expect to raise your kids if they're with other people like the majority of the time? And I mean, schools these days too, on what they're being taught, and I don't know, I just really feel like, you know, homeschooled kids can finish their work within 2 to 4 hours, but then the other kids have to be in school for about 8 hours. And I just feel like there's so much more to life, and there's so much more to learn. So one thing, my mom is going to be homeschooling the kids next year, which is honestly super exciting. But I just feel like the direction that the world is taking right now, I just don't feel safe putting my kids in that position. So I literally feel like we're gonna be going back to living the old way. Like living on land, having a farm, making our own food, you know, teaching our kids and stuff, instead of them being like ingrained with what the government wants. You know, it's really crazy. I think my mom was talking to me about this, how they'll literally give tests, like a really hard test in the beginning of the year, and then and I think it's like the STAR test or something. They'll get a really hard test in the beginning of the year. Obviously everybody bombs it because it's extremely hard, and then another test later on in the year. This is to measure how good their teaching is. Then they'll go ahead and give another test at the end or midway through. That's a way easier test to make it look like that they're teaching them, so they can get bonuses instead. I just, you know, learning what I have in the past year has been mind-boggling, and it's just, I feel like everything has turned into, you know, what do we need to do for $1? The quality is just, I feel like it's not there. And honestly, I mean, I hate even saying that, because I feel like I'm putting a damper, and I really don't mean to be putting a damper, but it's just, it is sad. It honestly is sad with the direction of how things have been going. And like, my friends are aware of it, and my family is aware of it, which is great. And so it's just having to protect ourselves. I just really feel like, yeah, that's in the direction that I'm going. And so now, you know, having this job, and then, you know, minding my business and stuff as well, I feel like you know, my goal is to set up for generational wealth. And obviously, like, we'll get things here and there, but we're not going to be going crazy like we used to back in the day. We used to spend money like it was water. And I mean, we won't go there. But like, we used to spend money just like absolutely insane, and have no I don't know, just like weren't organized whatsoever. So this is definitely the year that we're organizing and kind of structuring everything, making money work for you. And so I am super excited about that. But yeah, so anyways, back to my new job. So, but yeah, working every single day has definitely been hard. I work an hour away, and so he drops me off, which is nice. He takes me, and we have to leave at like 6. And so, what is it? I get up at like 4:45, but I realized that I need to get up at like 4:30 because I want to take the dogs out. And having a slow morning is so much better than having a combobbled morning where you're just, I don't know, where everything is just haywire and you're rushing. I hate stuff like that because think about your cortisol levels are, you know, through the roof because you're just running around frantic and stuff. So making sure that I have a nice smooth morning, that was one of the goals that we talked about, or one of the ends for 2024 that we talked about last video. Maybe that was the video before that. But so yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get up at 4:30. So your girl's gonna be going to bed nice and early. And I've been even wanting to go to bed early just because I'm so exhausted. I was like, I'm not used to this schedule. So it's definitely gonna be a transition. But it's gonna be a good one because I do like getting up early. I feel like I just get, even on my days off, if I get up early, I feel like I just get so many things done. So super excited. But this coming week, I don't know why I'm like feeling itchy, but this coming week I am finally gonna be going to my floor, which I'm super excited to kind of tell you guys about. It's a different type of floor that I've never, like, it's a different environment. I guess we can talk about it. We can talk about it right now. So it's called VIP MedSurg. So that means that we are working with higher end patients. So these patients actually pay to be on the floor. It's more of a private floor. It's secure and super exciting. So I am honestly very curious to see how the patients will be and how they will be like treating the nurses. I'm curious if it's gonna be, if they're gonna like try and talk down or how that'll work. We'll see. I'll let y'all know, keep y'all up to date. But one thing I'm super excited about this job is, first off, the color of the scrubs I'm wearing is gorgeous. It's called Caribbean Blue, which normally I wear this like ugly blue and it's just not a vibe. And then on Fridays, we get to go ahead and wear whatever scrub color we want. So you best believe, first thing I'm doing is wearing pink scrubs. Like pink, yes, I can't wait. I'm gonna have a whole pink fit and I'm so excited about it and I can't wait to show you guys. It's gonna be a vibe and I'm definitely gonna go ahead and like start collecting some other scrubs. So super about it, super pumped. But yeah, that's gonna be super, super fun. So I'm super excited to kind of like take you guys along with me with that. So before I get into the next thing, we went to church this morning. I thought it was absolutely amazing. Let's see. So I had my time of month and I'm pretty much done now. But during my time of month, I think it was yesterday and maybe the day before, I was really honestly having some low feelings, really low feelings, and just feeling really out of it, disconnected, kind of like emotionless. And sometimes I feel like I get in moments like that and I feel like just like everything is coming down on me and I feel overwhelmed and I feel stressed, and I think that's why I love having a relationship with God and making sure that I'm staying within to hear His word, because even at church today, I love how they said it, that obedience isn't always fun, but it is fruitful. And I think having a relationship with God is so important because even in the midst of a storm, even in the midst of feeling so low, I know that I have a God that loves me, and I know that I have a God that is working for me, and I know that He has a plan for me. And that is where I rest, is knowing that He loves me and He cares for me and that I don't need to worry. And some things that my pastors say that I absolutely love that are kind of like great reminders is turning your worry into worship, and always praising him. Always praising him in the ups, always praising him in the downs, and always continuing to seek him no matter what. No matter what storm you're in, you know that your God is working for you. And that is something, amen, I like absolutely love and I feel so strongly about, because it does get hard. And I know that when I was going through a period of feeling lost and I wasn't having this relationship with God that I do right now, like I would pray to him every now and then, but not something where I seeked him 24/7, which is pretty much what I do now. Like everything, I try to revolve my life around him. And so when I didn't have this relationship with him and I would go through a dark time, I felt like there was no way out. And I felt like it was just like I would just get pushed deeper and deeper and deeper. And that is what the devil's called here to do, right? He's called to tell you these lies of who you are. He's called to go ahead and bring you down because he doesn't want you to have that breakthrough. But what does God do? He turns that battle into breakthrough. And that's one of the things that my pastor says, and I absolutely love. I think it's so amazing, turning your battles into breakthrough, turning your worry into worship, knowing that there is power in praise, there is power in prayer, and staying committed, staying steadfast even through the storms, and doing that. I'm having a better day today, and I know that my God is working for me, even when it's hard, even when I don't want for some reason to pray, when something is telling me or trying to push me away from being close to him. But that's what happens when you're getting close to a breakthrough, right? It's like you start getting, I've been getting closer and closer to God and closer to my purpose in God, and what do I feel? I feel so much pullback. I'm not even kidding you. Literally was last week, during the week, I had 2 nightmares in a row of just like, honestly, like, I literally told Jacob this too. I was like, it was like demons. I was like, there was something evil. Like it was something evil coming after me. It was scary, honestly. And I told him about that. And it was just like, when you're getting closer to God, you are going to have the devil come after you to go ahead and bring you back, because he doesn't want you. He doesn't want you to succeed. He doesn't want you to go ahead and be at the top and be in your purpose for what God has called you to be. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want you to feel confident. He is going to try and push you down as hard as he can. And that is why you have to stay in the Word. That is why you have to stay purposeful. And so whenever we talked about that today in church, I just thought it was so good, because I was feeling so down. And you're going to have times like that, right? That's inevitable. But it's just what you do with it and how you work through it. And so I just feel blessed to feel, I'm not going to say blessed to feel down, but to be in a moment like that and just to know that I do have a God that's working for me, and I do have a purpose to be here. And he does love me no matter what. And that to me is beautiful, and I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful. So I love that we talked about that. There was also a Bible verse. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. It was, I believe, Isaiah 43. Let's see. Isaiah 43. Got it. Isaiah 43:2. I'm reading the New Living Testament version, and I'm also on the Bible app. I have the Bible app below in the description if you guys want to go ahead and add it. I'm pretty sure it's free. I don't think I pay for it, but it's awesome just to have a reference if I don't have my Bible with me, or if I want to be like, okay, God, I need you, and I want to go ahead and try and pull up a verse or something. So it says, when you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flames will not consume you. For I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. And I just absolutely love that, because that's just even more reassurance. No matter what you go through, no matter how hard the battles may seem, no matter how sticky, confusing, challenging they may seem, like, you are going to be okay, and God is going to have you. So even when I feel really crappy, it's just something to go ahead and rely on. It's like God gives me that to be able to rely on him. But before, you know, kind of how I was saying, is when I didn't have a relationship with him and I was going through a sticky part of my life, it feels even just so much more heavier. And when you're in a dark spot, it's hard to see anything else. But when you have a relationship with God, you're reminded of all of the goodness and all of his grace that he has for you. And then you're reminded of the plan that he has for you. And so it's just a lighter way, I feel like, of living and going through life, knowing that you have an amazing Father that loves you, and that he has a plan already set out for you. And so not to worry and not to stress. Like, that is just, I just feel like it's so amazing. I feel like it's just so beautiful. It's something to be able to rely on like that, and just to be able to have a relationship with God like that. I absolutely love it. And even more, through my journey of getting closer to him and having a stronger relationship with him, I love that I'm getting to learn so much more about being softer, being in his presence, and really following what he has for me and for us, and how he wants, like, us to treat each other, and with respect and everything. And so I am super excited about that. But so as I continue to grow, I do want to continue to, like, share with you guys, because I feel like it is just super important. Because I feel like, you know, when I was living a life without God, it was just very worldly and materialistic, and just not as wholesome. I feel like God just brings something different, and it puts you into more purpose, I feel like. So, and it makes it harder for you to even stray away and get confused when you're in his word, and when you're set in what he does have for you. Because when something comes around again that isn't for you, you're going to have that discernment to be able to know, like, you'll have this feeling, this gut feeling. I mean, I normally get this feeling just all over of, I'm not supposed to be here, or these people are not, you know, going to be a part of my pack, or, you know, whatever the case may be. And being able to have that, it protects you. You know, he's there to protect us, and to keep us on, you know, the right path, to not get lost. Because I've gone back and forth, and I pray to stay on the right path, and close to him. Because every time I've gotten lost, I've just strayed further and further away. And it's hard straying so far away and looking at, like, you know, how you were acting or what you did, and how far away you truly actually were from what you wanted. But you were chasing what you thought you wanted, but it was actually just very materialistic, worldly, and had no substance to it, is what I experienced. So, but yeah, so super excited to be in his word. I definitely wanted to go ahead and share that with you guys. It definitely helped me, and so maybe it can help you guys too. Okay, so next thing that I want to get into is food. So I am on this journey of healing my gut this year. This is gross, but I found out that I had major tummy issues, and parasites and more. So what I did at the start of January was I started eating Lion's diet, which means only red meat, salt, and water. So I did that for about 2 weeks, and when I tell you it was really hard, it was really freaking hard. I have something in my eye. But it was really freaking hard to do that, because I am such a foodie. And when you have so many things wrong with your gut, you have a ton of bad freaking cravings. And those cravings actually come from bad bacteria, bad fungus in your stomach, sending signals to your brain to eat this, to feed them, to keep them there in your gut, which blows my freaking mind. So during the process of eating like that for 2 weeks, I had what's called major die-off symptoms. So your girl was going to the bathroom like crazy. Like, things were getting flushed out of my system, and it was painful. It was seriously painful. But So before all this started, the reason why I did it was I wasn't able to have dairy anymore. And I had dairy before. When I tell you, I would literally, not literally, but your girl would basically be drinking queso. Queso was literally my right hand, you know, like I absolutely love queso. I literally said one time, I was like, dude, when I get married, I'm having a queso fountain. That's how much I love queso. So all of a sudden, the year of 2022, I started getting nauseous with pretty much almost everything that I was eating. It was absolutely horrible. But through the 2 weeks of eating Lion's Diet, I ate Lion's Diet for 2 weeks. Then after that, I started adding in other things. So avocado, eggs, and fruits. And then after that for a little bit, I decided to go ahead and try dairy. I do not get nauseous anymore. I have no nausea, which is absolutely amazing. The only symptom I do have is my eczema. So that's something that I'm still figuring out, which healing my gut is literally gonna take a whole year process. I'm working with this company and gonna be using their products, which I'll eventually share once I get them in. But it's gonna be a long freaking process, but I think it's definitely gonna be worth it. But I'm so freaking glad that I did the Lion's Diet. I have been eating way more red meat than ever before, and I just feel so much better. So I am super excited about that. But being able to have dairy again when I wasn't able to for such a long time, it literally feels so good, and it makes me so freaking happy. It literally makes me so happy. So I definitely highly encourage people to, like, I know it was kind of extreme in the way that I did it, but eating red meat and good fats, I feel like you just can't go wrong. But I feel like it's been ingrained in us because they want you to be controlled. Don't eat red meat because it has cholesterol and it's bad for your heart. Make sure you're not having too much salt because it's bad for your heart and your hypertension and everything. Don't have a lot of fats or whatever because it'll make you fat. When I tell you literally everything that they say, do the opposite and you'll feel amazing, I'm literally not kidding you. Literally not kidding you. But the majority of like what me and Jacob are going into, and I mean, I'll just speak for myself, because we love food, but the majority of what we're gonna be doing is just not processed foods. But I do wanna go ahead and show you. So even though my fridge doesn't look the way that I want it to, we're gonna do a fridge tour, and I'm gonna show you guys what I pretty much eat and what that would look like. So let's go. Okay, so we went shopping today. It is Sunday, so it's like the day that we like do everything, right? Now my fridge doesn't look like the way I want it to, so don't judge me. But we're gonna make my I just went from hood to country real fast. So we're gonna make my fridge look really nice though, and we'll probably do a little video about it. But let's go ahead and look and see what's in here. Welcome to my fridge. Okay, let's see. So we have crock pot chili that I had, but here, this isn't the fun stuff. If you have not had A2 milk, I highly recommend A2 milk. It's absolutely amazing. It's actually supposed to be easily digested if you have tummy issues. And since I had tummy issues and I heard how great A2 milk was, I was like, it's like a step down from raw milk. So this has been amazing. It's good. It's at Whole Foods. We love it. Here's another thing is cheese. We love cheese. This is one of the brands, but Whole Foods is better, but it's Big Moo and it tastes so freaking good. You literally just put it on the, we'll do it like this. You literally just put it on the pan and freaking heat that baby up, and when I tell you, it's so good. And you can like drizzle some honey down and like swap it in honey. I literally would judge Jacob about it before, but it tastes so freaking amazing. Okay, next is Wagyu beef. So I was telling you about fat. So this is actually 75% lean and 25% fat, and it is literally the best thing ever. It tastes so freaking amazing. Animal fat is good for you. You need animal fat. Your hormones, everything. You need it. And so, yeah, don't be scared like I was. Because I was scared for a while, honestly. I literally was the person that said, Now I only eat red meat like maybe once a week, maybe. And now look at me. So what else we got? So we have some pasture raised eggs. Beautiful, amazing. It's really crazy. You can actually see the difference between regular eggs and like pasture raised or organic or something. They're more orange, where the other eggs are like yellow. So you want them to be nice and vibrant and orange. You'll see the difference. You know what I'm talking about. And then I have some organic blueberries, some blues, amazing. Then we have organic avocados. My mom told me to put them in the fridge because she told me that they lasted longer. So I was like, okay, Mom, we'll do it. So that's what we're doing. And then I have some, he didn't put the lid on this, but I have some plain yogurt. If you do plain Greek yogurt, you could literally use it as sour cream, which is what I do. So it's great. And then there's some stuff I need to throw away in here. But then veggies, we don't really eat a lot of veggies, but the ones that we do eat are organic zucchini. We try to eat as much organic as we can. And then I have some celery in here because I'm gonna make some juice, some really yummy juice that I'll go ahead and share with you guys as well. And then that's from eating out. And then I have some organic strawberries. Can't go wrong, can't go wrong. And then I have some organic whole fat yogurt. The fats in here are good as well. And then there's also protein. So we love that. I love making smoothies. Smoothies are actually gonna be a staple because sometimes when I wake up at 4:45 in the morning, that's so early, I don't wanna eat. I really don't. But sometimes you can't eat once work starts. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and make some smoothies the night before I work. That way in the morning, I'm like, okay, I can grab this, drink it, and not have to worry about eating something. Because I really just, I don't know. I'm just the type of person that just doesn't feel like eating something that early in the morning. So let's see what else we have. We have some 80-20 ground beef. We try to go for grass-fed. This one's not grass-fed, but it is no antibiotics, no added hormones. So. And then we also have, this is like a cheat code for steaks. So we have some chuck eye steaks. Dude, look at this. It was literally $7.49 pounds. So this is $7.71. Look how beautiful. Amazing. And then we also have another one. So this is like literally the cheat code because ribeyes are expensive, but we eat a lot. So it's easier to go ahead and do chuck eye steaks. They're amazing. And I honestly like to put them on the grill more so than a pan. I feel like it tastes better. Yeah, so that's my recommendation. And then I have some beef broth. Normally it's like bone broth, but I'm making a crock pot roast, so I'm definitely gonna be using this. What else do we have in here? Some Mexican style cheese that went on our chili. So we don't eat that much cheese. What's over here? I started drinking these poppies. I'm not gonna do them too often because I feel like anything that can be excessive, which I was like, oh, I'm gonna have one every single day. It's just not necessary, but every now and then I think it's yummy to go and do something different. These are really yummy. It's a prebiotic drink. It says prebiotics for a healthy gut infused with apple cider vinegar, an immunity sidekick, and all of their ingredients I approve of. So cheers to that. And then we have our butter. We always switch back and forth between butters. There are some that are 100% grass-fed, but we try to look at the ingredients to make sure it's actually real butter, because some of it's fake. So this is the pure Irish butter, Kerrygold. It says milk from Irish grass-fed cows. We love that. So what else? Other staples that I have in here is green sauce. I just got a new one. I'm obsessed with this sauce. Salsa, guacamole, and serrano. This is literally the best thing ever if you've ever had it. I don't know if it'll focus. But it's so good. It's so good. I highly freaking recommend it. I put this on everything. What I'll do is do ground beef, egg scrambled, and then this on top. It's so freaking good. I highly recommend it. You should do it. Let's see. And then a lot of sauces we started switching to what's called Primal Kitchen, and just really being focused on what's in our sauces and our dressings too. We try as much as we can avoid vegetable oils, avoid a bunch of crap. So we approve of this. So this is a ranch. We made some chicken wings before, and honestly it wasn't bad. So we did chicken wings, sweet potato fries, and this. Oh yeah, I approve. What else do I have? Then we had this Primal Kitchen ketchup. I'm honestly not the biggest fan, but it's like, hey, that's why I went ahead and got, so we have to finish this one, but then I just got some organic tomato ketchup, no sugar added. So what else? That's pretty much all we eat. And then we also got some yummy cookies, brown butter chocolate chip cookies. Jacob already had half, that's so funny. With that A2 milk, oh my gosh. So, I mean, honestly, you think about it, we have some bananas. We have some nanas, and we have some, we eat a lot of garlic, we eat a lot of onions. But honestly, like, you think about it, like, we eat good foods. And so, but it's just being more conscious of what we're eating. So, like my day, I'll break down a day for you guys really quick, and I'm gonna show you guys a day of me eating at work. And probably a day not at work eating too. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and like list out a day. So like, let's say I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm already gonna have my pre-made smoothie. What I'm gonna put in my smoothie is gonna be the yogurt, honey, strawberries, blueberries, 2 eggs. I'm adding in more protein, A2 milk, adding even more protein in. So I'm having a protein-packed smoothie. And Jacob is too, pretty much, trying to stay away from things I don't need. So a lot of people will be like, oh, let me do protein Quest chips, protein bars, protein this, protein that. A lot of this stuff does not have good ingredients in it. It will wreck your gut, and it's just not necessary. So I'm looking to go ahead and get my protein from foods. I haven't had a protein shake and I don't even know how long. And I promise you, I think that your body will reward you more and build better by not having all of these supplements and actually giving it real foods, real whole natural foods. That's the key of what I would get. So smoothie in the morning, that honestly will have about 30 to 40 grams of protein. Yo. So then after that, while I'm at work, I would go ahead and do ground beef, eggs, and the green sauce. I love it. I would honestly say it's about medium heat. So just FYI about that. But I also am trying to slowly incorporate rice in, but it would only be like a half a cup. But that bowl right there is literally so amazing. And then next I would go ahead and do like beef patties and some zucchini. And then before I go to the gym, I'll do, let's see, I got these new rice cakes. So I would go ahead and I got these new rice cakes. I haven't tried them, but I'm pretty sure they're fire. So organic whole grain rice cakes, cinnamon toast, sweet and spice. So I would go ahead and do like a rice cake. I've got some honey peanut butter, and then honey on top of that, and then either bananas, or I'll do like frozen raspberries, and that'll be a snack before I work out. And then for dinner, we would do like steak and onions and butter and cheese. I'm trying not to do carbs before I go to bed. You think about the time when you're asleep, that is where your body is rebuilding and resting. And I'm not like a massive athlete anymore like I used to be, and I'm just looking for longevity. Yes, I care about my physique, but my goal is not to do the carbs at night. The more you start to prioritize your protein, the more you're able to go ahead and realize your hunger cues, and then also when you're full. A lot of times before, with the way I ate, I would eat so many carbs that I would just continue to crave even more carbs, right? That's what carbs and sugars do. And so eating protein, whenever you're eating a bunch of protein and it starts to taste and and you're just like, oh, I don't want any more, that's your body naturally signaling to you, oh, hey, I've had enough. And having that feeling is just so much, it's so much better. It's so much better because I used to eat, literally, Jacob was like, you eat so much rice. And I'm like, no, I don't. But literally, I did. And I feel like that's why I had such a hard time with cravings all the time. And my cravings are nowhere near the way they used to be with how I ate. So prioritizing protein and not as many grains has been, I really feel like it's been a game changer for me. I haven't had rice in a minute, and so I'm curious to see how my body reacts to that. But that's pretty much what I would go ahead and eat in a day. So the goal for me is about 140 grams of protein, and I weigh about 120-ish. But because I eat more protein comparatively to than less carbs, it's more protein fat based, that's why. So mainly my carbs are coming from honey and fruits. Yeah, so yeah. But that is literally everything. That's kind of like a sample of what I eat today. Wow, I'm literally showing you guys how dirty my place is right now. But it's fine. Everywhere else is pretty chill. So, but I'm super excited to take you guys on this and to kind of show y'all more of like what I eat in a day. But yeah, so that's all I have for you guys. If y'all have any questions or anything, let me know. I am praying you guys have an amazing week full of light and goodness and purpose. But it is 5:30. I'm waiting for my mans to come home from the gym because we're gonna have steak, and I'm just ready for it, and I'm here for it, and I'm excited for it because I'm hungry. But yeah, so that's it. I love y'all. I will see you guys next week. Yeah, that's it. Bye.